Hey guys, welcome back to Such Plants. If you're just tuning in, my name is Ron, and today I'm going to be transplanting my Monstera Adansonii cuttings and the two mother plants into one big pot of soil. So I propagated the mother plant about 8 weeks ago, so 2 whole months. And you will see the amount of root growth it developed, as well as the progress that the two mother plants have shown. It's quite exciting. So the reason why I propagated the plant in the first place was because it was growing up a stake, but near the bottom, near the pot, it began dropping a lot of leaves. The leaves turned yellow and then they eventually just fell off. So there was about like this much of bare stem, and I didn't like that look. So I decided to chop all of that off and put all of those cuttings into water while giving the mother plant a chance to restart and grow new leaves. But now, instead of staking the plant up, I'm just gonna let it just trail downwards and have it sit up on one of my shelves up here so that it'll create this nice waterfall effect as a backdrop in my videos, hopefully. And I know that might produce smaller leaves, but that's okay because I'm kind of limited on space here anyway, so the smaller the leaves, the better, even though I do love looking at huge Monstera Adansonii leaves. But let me show you the mother plants and show you the progress on what they look like so far. All right, so this mother plant is the one with a single vine, and I'm more excited about this one. Look at how huge the leaves are. I know they're just 2, but this is like equivalent to the amount of smaller leaves there are on the other mother plants. But check this out. This is so exciting. Look at how big that is. And as you can see in the pot, it's just this one vine. It started off trying to push out a little sprout right here, but then that kind of died off and stopped growing. And then out of nowhere, this one just started pushing out from the surface of the soil. So this is so cool. Let me show you the other mother plant right here. And I don't know, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's about 10 leaves in here and a couple of buds on the stem that kind of stopped growing and started pushing out growth towards the top. I don't know, does that make sense? Whatever. As you can see, each leaf on here has fenestrations. This one right here, this one is really cute. It has like one tiny fenestration right there. It's trying its best. And then this is the biggest leaf of the bunch. And the next leaf out of that one has just a ton more fenestrations right there. So cool, right? So I think this is in a 6-inch pot, while this one is in a 4-inch pot. And I really hope that they fit into this, I guess it's a 7-inch pot right here. 7-inch nursery pot, which I will then stick into this nice decorative pot right here. I'm a little bit nervous because the cuttings have so much root growth. They might not fit all in one pot, but we shall see. Let me show you what the cuttings look like. Okay, here it is. You might have noticed, but I did end up adding 2 cuttings of my marble queen pothos. Whoa, right here, which both are doing really, really fine. There's like a lot of new growth. So I think I will also put this in its own pot today. But as you can see, all of that root growth in there. Oh, sorry about the glare. But yeah, you can see it's just a forest of roots. So for the entire past 2 months, this has been sitting on top of my lower shelf right here, which is right in front of the south facing window. There's not really a ton of direct sunlight. It's like in the middle of summer right now, so the sun is like directly up above. So it doesn't really cast a lot of direct sunlight through the window. I might get a bit of direct sunlight for a couple of hours in the day, but towards the afternoon, it is a little bit diffused by this big tree that I have in the backyard, as well as my neighbor who's back there blocks a lot of the sky. So there's not a lot of direct sunlight, but a ton of indirect sunlight. This is really the result of all of that indirect bright light. But at the same time, there has been a couple of yellow leaves, or maybe more than a couple, but I believe all of the leaves on here are super healthy because they look very vibrant and firm to the touch, not droopy at all. So I know that the water in here is doing its job. I did try to replace the water at least once a week. I might have slacked on that even recently in the past couple of weeks, but I think it's still doing fine here. I might have fertilized it with plant tonic a couple of times, but the more root growth there is in this jar of water, I think the more it's able to use the nutrients in the water to push new growth. And let me just show you some of the new growth that's on here. Right here, that one's cute. It has 5 fenestrations. There's one right here. Whoa, that one's like poking out of another leaf. Can you see that? One right here, and so on and so forth. Here is a yellow leaf. But let me pull this out of the jar so we can take a look at all of those roots up and close. Up and close? Up close and personal. Okay, welcome to the closer look. So here I have my potting mat to hopefully catch some of the water drippings. Let's see, I'm just gonna pull out the entire thing out of this jar. Hopefully nothing breaks, and hopefully you guys can see what's happening here. Oh yeah, that was pretty easy. Now we just need to detangle all of this. Just gonna pull out the Marble Queen pothos first. You might be able to tell the difference in the root systems between the Marble Queen and the Adansonii. It doesn't smell like anything. It smells like plants. All right, here is the root system of the Marble Queen compared to the Adansonii. You can see that the Adansonii has a thicker root. Hopefully the camera is focusing. And the Marble Queen has a thinner root system. As you can see, the Marble Queen also has variegation in the roots. You can kind of tell there. Let me just put this one aside. Let's see if I can grab the other Marble Queen pothos. This is gonna turn into a time lapse, okay? I'm sorry, it's kind of tedious. Okay, pause. This vine right here, I think it has the most roots. Look at that, that's crazy. I love looking at all of these freshwater roots. So juicy. Okay, carry on. Okay, so here are the 2 dead leaves that I managed to pull off. So thank you for your service. And then let me show you the other root development on the other Marble Queen pothos. Again, it looks like a more fragile root system than the Adansonii, but that's supporting all of this. This one doesn't have a lot of variegation in the leaves, but it's trying to make a comeback right here in the newest leaf. And then now let's take a look at all of our Adansonii cuttings. Check that out. Okay, let me put this aside, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at the mother plants and see how easy we're able to do that. Hopefully not too difficult. We'll do the 4-inch pot first. So this is the 4-inch nursery pot that it's been living in. Just loosen the pot a little bit. Kind of excited to see the root growth in here because I haven't really repotted this in a long time. It smells like soil. Spank her, get out! Okay, there we go. All right, she looks a bit dry. I should have watered it 2 days before doing this video, but that's okay. The roots in here still look pretty healthy, and you can tell it's root bound. Look at all of that. So now I'm gonna just loosen this root ball just a little to see if I can get all of the old soil out. I'm just gonna tickle her bottom here a little bit. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do right here. I just don't wanna disturb it too much. So let's put this one aside and then bring the big mama here. All right, this one has roots coming out of the bottom, as you can see. So I'm kind of expecting to see a lot of roots in here. You can see a lot of the systemic granules just spilling out. And I must say, this has been a really, especially this pot, I haven't seen a lot of pests. And I think it's because of the systemic granules that I put in here about 3 months ago. I know you're supposed to add more granules every 8 weeks or something like that. I just really haven't found the time to do that. So I feel like the systemic granules that were in here have really done their job. So thank you. Okay. Well, not as many roots as I was expecting to see, but there was a dryer sheet that I put at the bottom of the pot to help with catching the soil from spilling out. It's going to be kind of difficult to remove that because some of the roots did end up penetrating through. All right, so now I'm just trying to separate all of the roots here because I did find a little bit of root rot, which I did chop off. I just want to make sure that there's nothing left to chop off. And then we can go ahead and combine all of our plants here. All right, there we go. So this mother plant has been separated. This one has the most roots. Look at that. Now, let's put this aside and then we'll create our soil mix. All right, so in this container, I've got some regular potting soil with a little bit of perlite, charcoal, leca balls, orchid bark, some fine coco coir, and a little bit of extra perlite, as well as some worm castings. So I'm gonna mix this up after I remove this hair that fell off my head and see if I made enough soil. Okay, I think that looks good. Now we're gonna grab our pot here. There's drainage holes in the bottom. Put a layer of soil in here. And let's see how challenging this is going to be, putting all of those plants into this one pot. We're gonna go with our plan B because this is a lot of roots. And so these are the two mother plants in this pot. I feel like this is just enough room just for these two plants in this one pot. And I still have the cuttings. So I think I'm gonna do without this pot. Bear with me, guys. So this was the plan B. I was trying to avoid using this as the pot because it is glazed on the inside. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add extra coconut bark into the soil mix so that it'll help with drainage a little bit. Because glazed pots tend to hold in the moisture more than terracotta pots, and I don't want the plant to be sitting in a lot of moisture. So let me go ahead and add a little bit more orchid bark to the soil mix, and then we'll finally be able to put all of the cuttings and all of the plants in here because I think they should fit. Okay, I think that looks really good. Super chunky. Let's bring the pot back into the frame. Ooh, that's gonna look so good. Now we just need to put in a layer in there. Now I want to be able to let the longer vines sit at the edges of the pot so that they'll be able to just hang over the sides and start trailing. But this is a challenge. Okay, maybe I need to rethink this. Okay, so because I want the longer vines to start trailing the sides of the pot, I'm gonna try to stick those at the edges and then put the mother plants directly in the middle of the pot. And then we'll see how that looks. All right, now let's bitch slap her. There we go. Oh my God, she looks so good. Okay, before I show you guys the final reveal, let me just really quickly do the marble queen pothos and put those cuttings into this pot. It should be fairly quickly because it's a much smaller plant. Oh, wait, I do have another cutting to put in here. The one that's been sitting in leca. Okay, hold on real quick. Okay, this is cool. This is what the roots look like on that one. There were two cuttings in there. Perfect. This is gonna look so good, guys. There we go. Oh my God, she looks really good too. Yay! All right, there we have it, guys. A successful repot of my Monstera Adansonii right here, and my marble queen right here. Oh my gosh, they look so good. Ah! This is exactly what I wanted. A full ass pot of Adansonii. I can't wait for this to start trailing down. I'm gonna try to put it somewhere up there next to the Exotica. Hopefully that works out. And this cute baby right here, the marble queen pothos. It's gonna look so good. I can soon show her off at work. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And thank you guys for all the support as well. I think we're just about to hit 1,000 subscribers. That is so exciting. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you guys so much. Please do leave a comment or drop a like on this video if you liked it. And if you haven't yet already, Plant scribe. All right, now I just need to water these babies and then they'll be good to go. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.